I've been thinking about tennis, thinking, not playing. My battered knees are retired, relieved to avoid further athletic abuse. I like the idea of tennis more than the actual practice of it now, similar to how I feel about golf, dog ownership, and family reunions. I like the idea of it. I miss the kerpot during the long rallies of my youth, the ball bouncing off the asphalt, kerp, followed by the quick collision with catgut, pock, the squeaks of sneakers, and the wonderful poof at the opening of a new can of balls, each racket swing followed by a burst of yellow fuzz from fresh balls. 2 or 3 matches during a single summer day were not unusual. Hand and foot blisters were common. The 90 to 100 degree days of July and August did not matter. To stay hydrated, I filled the tennis ball can, they were metal back then, with warm water from the nearby fountain, each sip tasting like rust and tennis ball chemicals. Between matches, I did a chili dog at the Dairy Queen and resumed play without any repercussions. My skin went from lobster red to an enviable brown. They did not have suntan lotion back then, according to my parents. Astar's all loud with it now. I've been thinking about tennis lately because of a new autobiography I recently finished in only 2 sittings, Outsider, by Jimmy Connors. I always wanted to be Jimmy Connors, the bad boy of tennis who managed to jumpstart the sport with temper and touch and make blue-collar kids want to don the white tennis shorts associated with the country club set. On my 12th birthday, I was excited to open my first tennis racket. Its wrapped shape easily identifiable, but was deeply disappointed when it wasn't the metal-framed Connors-endorsed T2000 I was hoping for. Instead, it was a used wooden-framed racket with the name Ann Jones written on it. A girl's racket. I feigned appreciation, taking a few half-hearted strokes in the living room, fearing any second I would begin developing breasts. A couple years later, my parents bought me a man racket after I promised I would pay them back with my Wimbledon prize money. I managed to squeeze a pair of tennis shoes out of them as well, which I eventually kept together with electrician's tape. My footwork was hell on shoes. With no prior lessons, I joined the Tell City High School Marchman, class of '83, tennis team. Our coach, new to the sport, couldn't teach us anything. He'd sit in his car with a can of beer while we ran laps. Remind me of the coach, Walter Matthau on the Bad News Bears. We were the Bad News Marksmen. I was a hack, a scrappy player. My toes always touched baseline. I traversed it with the focus of Philippe Petit on the high wire, returning nearly every shot like a human backboard. Despite gripping the handle wrong, lacking a second serve, and possessing no backhand, I did well at number 3 singles. That's where you want to be. Inspired by Connor's showmanship, I made a spectacle of myself, grunting and jumping with each stroke, diving and rolling for the out-of-reach shots as if the asphalt were Wimbledon grass. Little blood never hurt anyone. Sliding to and fro like a clay court specialist, this technique caused me to tear my ACL in my 30s. Climbing fences if I had to, yelling at myself for my boneheaded blunders, and cussing the tennis ball for its mutinous spirit during the last point, exclaiming my trademark line, "There's one in every can." My teammates ate it up, man. They nicknamed me Gazelle because of my exaggerated, likely unnecessary ballet-like leaps during returns. My knees scream now like a gazelle in the mouth of a lion with this memory. Despite their son's bad boy behavior, my parents were very supportive, my mom never missing a match. The excitement exuded from her lawn chair almost made me feel like I was playing Wimbledon. Thank you, Mom. She was none too shy to applaud with zeal when opponents double faulted. An Evansville kid, Lincoln Memorial, after one such scenario asked me during a changeover, "Who is that bitch?" To which I replied, "That bitch is mine, sir, my mom, sir." I hacked him to death in the 3rd set in Mom's honor. Our team never won a title, often thwarted by the dreaded Jasper Wildcats, perennial winners. We hated hated Jasper, man. Either out of respect or fear, likely both. The late great coach Ed Yarbrough was to us the Darth Vader of Southern Indiana High School tennis. When Jasper was the next team on our schedule, we plead with our coach, do we really have to show up? To which he burped. Morris burping now. And then I said, I experienced only one memorable Jasper match. I earned my way into a third set. I heard the word hack a lot from the Jasper sidelines. I also heard Coach Yarbrough instruct, hit it to his backhand, hit it to his backhand, as he gave me the evil eye after raising the black helmet from his head. All my coach said was, I need a beer. I could run around my backhand only so much. I eventually tired and lost. I never became Jimmy Connors, sorry Mom and Dad. I never made it to Wimbledon, as promised. I was better than some, but not better than most. So tennis was my only sport, and I recall it fondly. There are worse ways to destroy your knees. Thank you.